Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Savannah Churn. If you don't know, I just wanted to make this a fun video where we're talking about all the things to expect from pregnancy that I didn't know that would happen. This is my first time being a mom, and I'm currently 37 weeks pregnant today, so he could be coming any day now. I need to get a blanket because I'm actually freezing in here. I'm just gonna wear it. But yeah, so I feel like there's so many things that I've learned and that I wish I would have known more about. So I'm making this video for people that are first-time moms and they want to learn more. And I'm just gonna chat. I really have no idea where this is gonna go. So yeah, stay tuned. I have my Core Power protein shake. It's really hard for me to breathe still. I get out of breath really fast, so bear with me. Okay, so where should I start? First trimester, second trimester, third trimester. I feel like the first trimester is a lot of unknowns and it's very lonely. I felt very alone the first trimester because, you find out, this is what I didn't really know. You take your pregnancy test. For me, it was the day that I missed my period, which I'm very accurate. Like every 4 weeks I get my period, or every month, and on the same day of every single month. And that morning I woke up, we went on a run, and my signs and symptoms were like my boobs were just very, very tender. Like going on a jog, I had to hold them, which I didn't really know if it was a pregnancy thing or a period thing, because when I don't get my period, my boobs get tender. But this was way different. You'll know, like it's very different. And then after that, we went to a coffee shop, and I'm a coffee lover. Like I love coffee, and I couldn't drink it. I was like, why does this smell terrible and not sound appetizing? So that was kind of weird. I'm like, Ross, like, what if I'm pregnant? And so anyways, took a pregnancy test. It was positive. Didn't expect it to be. Very blessed. But yeah, so then after you find out you're pregnant, you basically, I was 4 weeks when I found out I was pregnant. And it's so weird when you find out you're pregnant. You're like, oh my God, I must be like so new, like 1 or 2 weeks pregnant. But they tell you how many weeks you're based off of is from the first day of your last period. So that's total of 4 weeks, which is very weird. So which is why your estimated due date is not really accurate, because you could ovulate early, you could ovulate late. You don't really know when that day was, especially if you're having sex more frequently. Anyways, so once you find out you're pregnant, then you have to wait, they say, till 12 weeks or 10, 12 weeks to get your first ultrasound. So obviously you can't feel the baby kicking this early. So now you're just hesitant, like, is there something in me? You're not showing. You're just like questioning yourself all the time. And for me, I didn't really have those fears because I was so sick starting at 4 weeks. Like I never threw up. I was just blacked out, nauseated every single day, all day. And it was peak summer, like June 1st when I found out I was pregnant. So it was very hot here in Texas, and being outside was just more miserable. So I just lived on the couch for a very long time, watched movies, was alone, and you don't really tell people till you're like 12 weeks. So not telling everyone else besides your partner. Your friends are out doing stuff. You couldn't do anything because you like are sick, but you couldn't tell them. And I told I told my closest best friends right when I found out I was pregnant a couple of days later. And honestly, like, your friends might not take it great, which mine, some of them took it great, some of them didn't, which was really unfortunate. So it just made me feel more alone. Your friends always change when you have in a relationship, when you get married, when you have babies. So that was really hard, really hard for me, was being isolated at home because I was sick. Then your partner only knows. Then you tell your friends, and then they're not really supportive. They're not asking how you're doing. They're not offering like help. And so you just like are stuck at home and you're just like all alone, and I don't have family around. So the first trimester can be lonely. Pregnancy can be lonely, and I have heard that a lot from a lot of people, but I wasn't really expecting it to be, sorry, making sure it's still recording. I wasn't expecting it to be that bad. But till 17 weeks for me is when I started feeling better. Like my nausea got better. Other symptoms in the first trimester I didn't really expect was all the things I loved I now hated for food. I couldn't eat any protein. I was living off of like cheese quesadillas, grilled cheese, mac and cheese, lots of cheese. I didn't really have cravings besides sour candy, which was very different. Like, I liked chocolate things. Also, don't listen to the old wives' tales, because I had every symptom of a girl when I was trying to figure out at 6 to 8 weeks what like gender I had, which I did the sneak peek test at 8 weeks pregnant at a clinic, and it was correct, and it was a boy. You can find out gender at like 6 to 8 weeks now, which is crazy, through like a prick of blood in your arm, and they send it in, and then we did a little cake reveal by ourselves, and then we told our family at a different reveal. And so yeah, like, my pregnancy cravings were different. Like, I had all girl symptoms, so I was convinced that it was a girl, but then I found out from the cake it was a boy, so I freaked out. But I did have like one intuition when I found out I was pregnant that it was a boy. So I say listen to your intuition. Don't listen to the old wives' tales. They work for some people, they didn't work for me. So that's something I've also learned. Like the heartbeat thing, my baby was 174, I think, at 8-10 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. And they say if it's above 140, it's a girl. Nah. My boy is just active and moving constantly, and his heartbeat is still 140s, which it drops when they get older, which is normal. So another thing that I didn't really realize in pregnancy is not only the food aversions, feeling isolated, feeling lonely. I didn't really have the body dysmorphia that most women get. Like, I was already going through a whole, like, not depression with the gym, but I get burnt out pretty fast if I'm not seeing progress, and I was already getting down like, oh, maybe I should change my workout split, maybe we should do this. But this time I was like, wow, it's giving me a break and to do whatever I want to do, to actually like listen to my body. And after 17 weeks, I learned I love pregnancy. My pregnancy has been great. Besides the nausea, the food aversions, which they did go away. I eat meat now all the time. I still get full. Like, I've been getting full very fast. I have not been hungry at all this pregnancy. Like, in the morning, I'm starving, and I'm chugging orange juice right now and eating like an egg casserole, and then like I'll eat something else a little later, and I'll eat a couple bites and I'll be full. Like, I just get full very fast, which is very unlike me, because I used to like force myself to eat 4 to 6 meals a day. So I'm trying to get this open so I can drink protein shake, which protein powder has been gross to me still. Eating eggs by itself I can't do. Anyways, other things that I've learned in pregnancy. So when you find out you're pregnant, you have to wait till that first scan to see if there's a heartbeat. Okay, now there's a heartbeat at week 10 or 12. I got mine at 8, and I got 3 ultrasounds total. One at 5 weeks to confirm I was pregnant. I just saw the gestational sac, so I knew there wasn't going to be a baby forming in there, but you're still like, is there going to be a baby that's going to go in there, or is it going to be empty? Is there something going to go wrong? So you kind of like question yourself. Then you have to make sure there's a fetus, make sure your uterus isn't, or make sure the fetus is in the right position in your uterus, because if it could be ectopic. It's like always it's just like super worrisome sometimes. He's moving. What are you doing? And so then you have to find out at week 12 if there's a heartbeat. So you wait. Basically, you find out you're pregnant at 4 weeks. So you have to wait 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, 2 months basically, to get your first ultrasound. So that's really frustrating, and you're like anxious, and then you find out there's a heartbeat. But then at 12 weeks till 24 weeks, you're still like, is there something in me? You're not showing. For me, I didn't really show till 23 weeks, 24 weeks, like a really like light bump too. So I didn't really pop. And so you don't feel kicking until they say 16 to 22 weeks, 24 weeks. So then you're just questioning, okay, I have the ultrasound. I know there's a heartbeat, but I don't feel anything. So then you're just worried that something's going to happen to the baby, or that it's not there anymore. So I just had to really rely on just being busy, working out the same way I used to before. I didn't change my workouts. I haven't done cardio in a very long time, so I've just not been doing cardio, just like weightlifting. And then as the next trimesters have gone on, I have been doing more like Legree classes, like lifting weights. I like definitely took it back a notch of how heavy I was lifting. Besides doing squats, I was like still squatting heavy. Not because I'm fearful, but it's because I don't have the energy. And other things that people might say is like, you're gonna be so sleep deprived, you're gonna have insomnia, you're gonna be so tired all the time. That hasn't happened to me. It's not gonna happen to everyone. Right now, what I'm experiencing now at 37 weeks pregnant is sleeping is uncomfortable. My legs cramp at night. I need to stretch a lot more. My feet feel like they're puffy, but they're really not. I've only gotten my feet swollen once from flying on a plane. But other than that, I've like had energy. I still work out the same. I've been doing just more classes just because I can go somewhere, have class pass already. More yoga, more stretching. But yeah, anyway, so you might not expect all the symptoms that people expect. So just don't put that on yourself, because then you're just going to be worrying about it. And then you're going to think that you are, but you're really not. So sleeping for me has been hard just because I'm cramping and I can't get comfortable. I just sleep on I'm a big stomach and back sleeper. And I still sleep on my stomach, kind of, but it's more like on my side stomach. But yeah, that's like, I think all the things that I can think about of like what I didn't expect as far as, feeling alone, isolated. The ultrasounds is scary. The anatomy scan, I was surprised that I was nervous for it. I guess there's a lot of more things that I have to think about. Since I'm doing an at-home, like, unmedicated birth, it's a lot different for a lot of people. So I've researched a ton. I've done a lot of classes. I've done a lot of breathing exercises because, you have to prepare your body for doing this. And I've had the mindset of, like, our bodies are meant to do this, and so why not do it unmedicated? And there's a lot of benefits to doing it unmedicated for you and your baby. Anyways, forgot where I was going with this. Basically, I think it's like important to prep your body, and I think I didn't really know that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get pregnant, it's gonna be great, I'm gonna work out and then have the baby. But really, labor, if you're doing it unmedicated, still, no matter what, it's 90% mental. And so I've learned a lot of ways through Mama Natural course. Ross and I both watched that all. Then I've been using the Christian Hypnobirthing app, which I use their program as well. And I have the app, which I started listening to now, to breathe and like learning how to breathe correctly, how to push. And I guess the other thing that I wasn't really expecting was being nervous for the position my baby's in. He is an LOA or ROA. He flips sideways all the time, but I think he's going to stay on LOA, which is the best birthing position for a baby. So like there's the mile circuit, there's spinning babies exercises, a bunch of things you can do to get your baby in the right position for labor. And that's something that I've been like kind of stressing about, is I want my labor to be not super fast. Like I don't want it to be 4 hours. I want like 8 to 12 hours of total labor, with early labor, active labor, and then being done. Because the faster it is, the more intense it is, and then you're not really, the bathtub might not be set up or whatever. And so I want it to be slow. I have this whole plan, but being flexible with it, which I'm seeing a chiropractor and doing my induction massage on the same day of the day before my due date. So if he doesn't come on February 7th, then his due date is February 8th. Anyways, so I think it's really important to learn how to get your baby in the best position, because he's been head down, I think, since 20 weeks. I haven't gotten another scan since I did the anatomy scan, which back to the anatomy scan, yeah, I was like kind of nervous for it, and I don't know why. I think it's just like I'm doing all the right things. I'm taking all the best supplements I can. I was super healthy before, but like I wasn't eating the best my first trimester. Like I was eating like a middle schooler, which I haven't done in so long. So I was like, oh, he's gonna have all these issues, like. But you have to just trust your gut, and a lot of it is genetics. Like if your mom had great pregnancies and didn't have any issues, you're not going to. All the tests you have to do, gestational diabetes test, I was nervous for just because I used to have a higher fasted blood glucose level. But mine was like 67, I think, which you're supposed to get below 140. And if you get below 60, you're considered hypoglycemia. So they were worried that I'm like too low. And they're like, well, do you have any side effects? I'm like, no, I feel fine. I just need to eat more often, which, like I said in my video, like eating is not, it's not fun for me right now. It's still like I have to force myself to eat and take some time to eat, and I get full fast. So gestational diabetes test was kind of stressful. The anatomy scan was kind of stressful. All of it came back great. I forget all the other blood tests that you do, which for me at home, I can choose, I can deny them, I can choose to do them, but there's certain ones that I'm supposed to do, which the gestational diabetes test and the strep one, I think, was the only mandatory. But I can choose if I want like certain vaccines, which I'm at home, they don't even do vaccines. I'd have to go somewhere to get them. So vaccines are all different. It's getting circumcised is different when you're at home. But yes, we have a lot of options to play with, which is nice because then you have to start researching like what these vaccines are and what's actually in them. What are the side effects? What are the results of like babies that have had the vaccines? So I just learned a lot. I was vaccinated as a kid. And it's funny because my dad's like, you're not vaccinating your baby, right? And I'm like, I'm not going to like put my own opinion on here, but we're not vaccinating our kid. I'm not going to like put specific reasons why, but he's like, yeah, you're vaccinated. I don't know why we did that, but I've been listening to podcasts and yeah, it's all garbage. I'm surprised that we did that for you. But like back when I was born 27 years ago, they probably didn't vaccinate as many doses that they do now, which is just crazy. So yeah, I mean, at home you have a lot more leniency with what you want to do with your own birth, how you want to labor, which I'm making a whole video on my birth. So yeah, I'm gonna vlog the whole day. Now obviously you're not gonna see all the parts, but I'm gonna vlog it, so it'll be super exciting because all I do every day is like watch birth vlogs. But back to my chat about pregnancy. Yeah, the tests, the only ones I was worried about was the anatomy scan, gestational diabetes. Just took the strep test, which I was like, I already have a Streptococcus pneumonitis in my gut because I did gut testing back last year and I didn't get rid of it all, but it's a different strep. So it came back negative. All my tests come back great. Blood pressure is great. So you just have to like trust yourself and know that you are healthy and that everything's gonna be fine. Someone did tell me a good thing to remember in the first trimester is to not stress so much because you will not enjoy the first trimester, and like you should be enjoying every trimester, enjoying that you are giving life to a human and creating a human. So I took that and I was like, wow, you're really right. I need to stop stressing about it. But I was just dead and like very, very nauseous. Not fun. I didn't throw up though. I don't throw up. It just goes the other way. Like even when I'm so hungover and drunk, I don't throw up. Yeah. So that's like the thing that I think, those are the things I think I was worried about the most. As far as like going from first to second trimester, I'd say the biggest difference is like you feel more alive. You're obviously you're not as nauseous. Your food aversions can go away. I'd say still my love for food is still not there. I heard it will come back after you give birth, so I'm excited for that. Some days it's like I used to eat beef and rice with salt and coconut oil, like because I used to eat like a bodybuilder. So like I cannot eat chicken plain ever again. I cannot eat beef by itself. I tried it. I have to eat it in pasta or in a burger. Like that's the only way to get it in right now. So I know it will all change, but just like really trust yourself, trust your body, and just get enough protein in. Like they say, the best way to eat is eating whole foods, not processed foods. All right, I don't even know what I was just saying, but now we're going to talk about like weight gain and stuff because I feel like people get worried about weight gain. And it's funny because when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, oh my God, like lost a pound. And then I lost 2 pounds. And then I didn't really gain weight until my 3rd trimester. Like I gained maybe 5 pounds from like 1st to end of 2nd trimester. No, that's a lie. 1st trimester, I gained maybe 3 pounds. And then 2nd trimester, I think I maybe gained like 5 to 6. 3rd trimester, I don't even know how much I've gained, but I've officially gained over 30 pounds total, which is not bad. My mom, I think, gained 30 pounds to 26 pounds. So, but I'm way bigger than my mom was when she was with pregnant with me. So, but like honestly, I've loved every moment of it, and I feel like I do feel more inflamed. I feel like I've been gaining weight in my neck, my upper body, which is normal for me. I've lost muscle, but I think about the positive that I'm able to have a baby and produce life, and you can get your body back. Like I will. It will take time. I'm nervous for postpartum, like not having the energy and like wanting to come back to it all, but it will be really nice weather because he's due in February, and it'll be freezing that month, which I'm just going to be at home doing nothing. And then we have to go home to California in June, so that will be fun to look forward to. But I think some other things to look forward to when you are pregnant is like the baby showers, spending time with your family, getting ready for all of the fun things, and getting all the gifts. It was so much fun. We had like 3 of them total, 1 here, 1 at my parents', 1 at his parents', all during Christmas, which was fun. And then we also, something else that I think was kind of stressful, which for me, I'm like a crunchy mom, not like too crunchy, but like, which really means you just are non-toxic, like no plastic. You want everything to be organic or cotton or whatever. And so like doing research on that, knowing what type of bottles to get, what type of diaper backpack. I remember I was stressing so hard. Before you do your baby showers, you have to make a baby registry. And I had 230 items on there, which yes, 50 of them were clothes, but the amount of baby things you need, which I don't need all of this. The amount of things that you want, that's how I probably term that as want, is insane. Like we've spent so much money, even though we've gotten gifted a lot of it. We've spent most of the money on like the bigger things. And yeah, we are like the brokest we've ever been, but like it's all worth it. It's going to be okay. We keep saying that. And it is, because he's worth it. But you don't need all these things, and I know one day I'll look back and be like, wow, I'm so stupid, but like I got a lot of neutral things. That way the baby, when we have a girl, because we will have a girl one day, I'm not stopping until I do. I want to have like a couple, like 4. I want 4, but we'll see if Ross can get on board with it. He's like 2. I'm like, well, we want to have a girl. So anyways, I think I'm gonna have 2 boys, 2 girls. We'll see. Anyways, so yeah, just doing your baby registry, researching about binkies, diaper backpacks, types of swaddles. Oh my God, there's so many types of swaddles, and it's so overwhelming. They're so freaking expensive. I ended up going with Kite Baby, Guna Muna, and then I have, muslin swaddles. And then I also have what's the one, the Love to Dream, where they have their arms up and zips up. So I'll let you know how they go. I have those 3, and I got gifted. Look on Facebook Marketplace, because a lot of people are just getting rid of stuff for super cheap. I wanted to buy like my like nice things new, but I did get a ton of stuff from Facebook Marketplace, especially in the nursery, like the blanket ladder, this tree, the Kikaroo changing mat, that mirror, like decoration stuff I got for Amazon for cheap. But like clothes, I just like can't get used stuff. I don't know, I just like feel weird about that. Like, how many poopy diapers have they had in there? Like, maybe I'll thrift one day, but yeah, I'm being bougie with nice bamboo clothing or like organic cotton stuff. And I have a lot of newborn 0 to 3, but I don't have a lot of 3 to 6 and 6 to 9, and I have nothing after that. So more money will be spent while I'm breastfeeding at 2 a.m. probably one day. So yeah, just like getting overwhelmed with the baby registry stuff can be super overwhelming, but like do your research. I found a lot of helpful information on TikTok, which don't know if it's gonna get banned or not. So if you don't, look on Instagram, to look at reviews, to see what people say about the product. I just like research that way, and then watch a lot of YouTube videos on like do's and don'ts and what you actually need versus what you don't need. Like I got a lot of I think a lot of stuff I have in here are from YouTube people, but then I researched further on. Like I ended up getting the baby Bjorn bouncer, which I was like, do you need a swing too? But everyone swears by the baby Bjorn bouncer. I have the Love Every playmat. I need to buy all the Love Every toys still. The Nanic camera. But yeah, there's a lot of options out there, so it can be super overwhelming, but just do your research and just have fun with it. You can always get stuff down the line. But as far as after the registry stuff goes and baby showers, I think after that it's just more about like nesting and getting the room together. And yeah, it was so much fun. Like Ross and I built his wall in here, painted, did the bathroom, just like really bonding together, because before, like, it's not going to be you and your partner anymore. It's going to be you, a partner, and a baby. And we already have 2 dogs. So it's going to be very overwhelming, and just like spending enough time together. Today we actually went and did, painted his birthday cake plate. So every year for his birthday, we can put his cake on the plate. And so we put like Happy Birthday Maverick on it, which we're super excited about to do. So we'll pick up that next weekend. What else? I think like at the end of the day, it's like just really trusting yourself and trusting your body, and knowing that for me specifically, like going through labor at home and doing this all naturally, it is going to be the hardest thing I've ever done. But I think it's going to be so worth it. It's going to be in your comfort of your own home. Don't have to go anywhere. You have the support of my doula. I have 2 midwives. I have Ross. I have my dogs, which they are definitely a support system. They will just be hugging me and kissing me while I'm going through contractions. And then just like our family is going to be visiting after our Labor Day. Don't know when his birthday will be, but I get so emotional and I just cry thinking about that he's going to be here soon. And I feel like it's gone by so fast. Like everyone says it goes by so slow, and maybe the next 3 weeks will go by so slow, but I stay busy. Like just stay busy. I sleep in, which is 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock maybe, because it's hard to sleep because I wake up starving. And then I just sit around, I clean my house, I vacuum, I do some work, I take the dogs out, I do some more work, I clean the house again. I clean like probably too much, and it's stressful because I know that when I'm postpartum, no one's going to care about the cleaning like I do. So I'll probably be getting a person to clean the house. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say in this vlog, because I just wanted to chat really and just talk about what I've learned and how I can provide value. And just let me know if you guys have any questions. I think it's just more about what your journey is. If you want to watch a video about like birth, watch the movie The Business of Being Born. It's not like anti-hospital. It gives hospital versus home birth versus birthing centers, like all the options to have a baby. And it's really eye-opening. Ross wasn't supportive at all. Well, not at all. He was like questioning at a home birth, and so did I. I was like, oh, my mom told me she had an epidural and had an amazing birth with me. No pain. And I'm like, oh, that sounds great. But then I research and I'm like, what? Like, I don't want that in my body. But just learn, what's going in your body, what's going in your baby's body. Like, people just tell you, oh, you have to take that vaccine because baby needs it. Like, you can deny things, you can deny what you want in the hospital. It's very hard to advocate for yourself, non-medicated at a hospital. So obviously if we're doing a home birth and anything goes wrong, we're going to transfer to a hospital, which is always a backup plan. So it's not like you have to do it at home. You can do it at a birthing center, you can do it at the hospital. But just research and just find out what you want to do and have like a birth plan in mind, but just know that it can be flexible. Know that I'll probably speak to this, that I had this whole birth plan, which I guess I'll end this here. My birth plan is on February 7th, I am going into get a chiropractor appointment, and then I'm doing my induction massage with my doula. Then, according to my doula, and according to my friend Summer, who had her baby 12 weeks ago, she had her baby 12 weeks ago, and we have the same doula. And our doula she's like known to put people into labor from her massages. It's not just like a massage, it's like a pressure point. It, like, I don't know, does something with your hormones and makes the baby come. She went into labor 3 hours later and had the baby in 5 or 6 hours. So if everything goes to plan on the 7th, I could have the baby on the 7th. If not, then whatever. But I don't want to get too hung up on it, because if it doesn't happen, then I'll be like, oh, really? But my plan is, if I start feeling contractions, it's just to ignore it. Because I've learned if you start feeling into it, then you're going to get more in your head. My instinct is going to be, you don't feel it, it doesn't hurt, go on a walk, do whatever you're doing in the day. Once it gets to the point where I can't like talk through them, then I'm going to birth by myself on my birth ball, put my headphones in, listen to the Christian hypnobirthing app, and just like be by myself for a little bit, and then have Ross be with me, and then my doula will come, and then my midwives will come. Will that happen? I don't know. So if it goes too fast, I might not even have time to birth by myself, because I might go straight into active labor, which is what happened to my friend. I don't know, but I am manifesting him to come in the morning, or like start laboring in the morning and have like an evening birth. Obviously I can't tell him to come not at 2 a.m., but don't come at 2 a.m. I mean, I feel like even if he does come in the middle of the night, I'll just be so hyped up off adrenaline that it won't even matter. I'm not going to be tired. And then you just get too excited. But anyways, I hope this video was helpful / just chatty, and I guess the next video you'll see is me with the baby, or the nursery reveal. I have 2 videos I need to post, so I'm excited to vlog you'll see the birth video, or me being with the baby, I don't know, but send your prayers, your thoughts, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll definitely respond to them, because I think it's fun to ask questions, and I watch a lot of moms on YouTube, so I just want to be one of those that can help be supportive, or offer advice, or just sit down and just chat too, because it's nice to watch TV in the background and just have something on. Maybe that's what you're doing right now. All right, hope you're having a great day, whatever day it is for you, and I'll see you in the next video.